Victoria's State Emergency Service says a massive clean-up effort is underway along the Great Ocean Road after flash flooding hit the region yesterday. The Bureau of Meteorology says more than 180 millimetres of rain fell in about a 4-hour period, inundating areas around Wye River and Lorne, with dozens of cars and caravans swept out to sea. Victorian SES Chief Officer of Operations Alistair Drayton joins me now from a relief centre that's been set up in Lorne. Alistair, thank you so much for your time today. The footage that we have been seeing and the stories we've been hearing from Lorne this morning are just incredible. Did this rain and flooding sort of come out of nowhere?
Well, good morning, Mel. Yes, it did. Certainly wasn't the forecast that we were expecting yesterday. This phenomenal or significant rain event, as you've alluded to, occurred in a very short period of time. Previous records in the area for an entire 24-hour period was 123 millimetres. And I can report now that since 9 o'clock yesterday morning, there's been around about 188 millimetres of rain. So a significant rain event has occurred here.
Yeah, absolutely. Was anyone injured? Like, we've seen these pictures of cars being swept away. Hopefully everyone was okay. Yeah,
look. Fortunately, given the gravity and the severity of the incident, and with watching some of that vision that we all saw yesterday, it was quite remarkable that there has been no reported injuries and no reported missing persons, which is quite remarkable. Being there this morning, and I just got to, it's a real shout out to the community and to the people staying in these areas that have heeded the warnings and got themselves to higher ground. And unfortunately, there has been consequences in relation to some of the losses that we all saw and some of the vehicles, tents and caravans. But as you say, there's been no injuries and no losses of life, which is the absolute most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely remarkable given the scale of the damage. Can you give us a bit of an idea of just how sort of widespread this is and how many cars and people and holidaymakers are sort of caught up in this?
Well, as you can imagine, the Great Ocean Road, summer, the places of the 4 caravan parks or the 4 holiday resorts. This happened on the edge of the Otway National Park on the Great Ocean Road. There are 4 communities being Lorne, Wye River, Separation Creek and Kennet River. All of the estuaries that run from the national park on Mount Sabine and Mount Cowley. So that's where the larger rainfall fell. Now, there'll be people camping right along those rivers and estuaries, and that's what's occurred here. Very low-lying areas right along the river, lovely places, but unfortunately not good places to be if and when such a phenomenon occurs, such as a flash flood. And so the onset so quick was quite incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what's the plan now, I suppose, for people whose cars and caravans have been swept away? Are they stranded in the area now?
Yeah, look, there are a number of people that are still isolated and having difficulty getting, as you would imagine, after such a flash flood, there's a significant amount of debris and rubbish and indeed mud across these areas, and it's quite unsafe. Vic SES volunteers have been down here together with other emergency services for the last probably 18 hours, if you like, working through the night to ensure safety and to everyone's accounted for. Now what we need to do is work together with the Colac Otway Shire and the local government here, together with Emergency Management Victoria and the state relief teams to ensure people have got what they need immediately, to ensure that they're being well catered for and well cared for. And then provide access. One of the biggest issues and the primary reason for the Great Ocean Road remaining closed at the moment is the integrity of the bridges. We do need the Department of Transport and Planning out in the ground now doing those impact assessments. And once those bridges have been assessed, there's 3 bridges of the 4 have been cleared. We're just working at the moment with the Department of Transport and Planning to understand the Cumberland River Bridge, which is the one that we saw a lot of vision on, had a significant amount of debris and vehicles, including vehicles up against it. So the weight, as you can appreciate with the water, putting great pressure on the bridge, and that's something that we need to ensure that it is sound and okay for traffic. The minute we get that done, we'll be communicating that out as to what the outcome is. Hopefully it's okay and we can have the road fully open sometime later today.
Okay, fingers crossed. Now, Alistair, this has been, a huge week for Victorians, particularly in that sort of Great Ocean Road area, there were massive bushfires last week and now this today or yesterday. How is the community doing, and how are SES volunteers and emergency service crews feeling?
Yeah, look, it has been a very, very busy week. As people have been saying down here, it was only a week ago they were being spoken to about safe evacuation and being safe from significant bushfires that were in the vicinity as well. That's part of the charm of the place, the wilderness and the Great Ocean Road down here, but unfortunately it does come with some risks, as we know, in relation to the weather. So a very busy week. We're managing people. The volunteers have done a great job, as has the other emergency services with the fires across the state as well. Significant number of volunteers and staff have been continuing, and we are really only in the second week of January, so there's still a significant period of time to run through this, what we refer to as the high-risk weather season.